my fancy notebook.
You got
So
a new fancy notebook for
yeah,
the podcast?
yeah.
Also, before we get started here, I just want to give everybody, we're up to 8 followers, which
hmm
is huge for
It's so
us.
cool.
Yeah. I think most of it's family, but that's fine with me.
That's totally fine. Um, I know It's really cool, and
Yeah,
I
so we're up
mean,
to
we're
eight.
having fun. So
Yeah, so thank you to everybody who listens. We're hoping just to get better with time. So,
yeah,
any suggestions, just email us at Sam knows the email. I don't know.
yeah. I didn't say it in a while. Didn't
Didn't anyone mention
yeah.
at gmail.com?
Uh, yeah. Gmail.com.
So, never mind, I did know
I know.
it.
I should just write it on the inside. Because down the line maybe we'll try to make a TikTok one if we like try to like video it or something.
Yeah, this is
That'd
just
be
fun.
cool.
It's fun
But
to do.
it's fun, nice little date night, kind of just hanging out. So, um, but yeah. Anyways, even though I know you guys are all family, but I'm Sam.
And I'm Miguel.
So kind of talked about it last week. Lake Cascade.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did.
Has water babies, and it was really funny because I was looking up stuff and um, water babies came up a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, but I guess big water and lakes and all that stuff. Water babies are just
I think.
a thing, like the Loch Ness monster, like same kind of thing. A lot of big bodies of water,
Yeah.
So that's
So
kind of crazy.
I drove past Massacre
Rock.
Rock
Mm-hmm.
a few days ago, and
Did you see it? Was it like narrow? Like, tell me about it.
so it looked like just any kind of ordinary pull off on the road.
Okay.
Um,
Well, that's the thing. We live in Idaho, where there's a lot of like mountains,
Scenic pull
like
offs,
scenic
probably.
pull-offs.
Yeah, it didn't like when I first looked at it. I was like, it doesn't look like anything eerie, and I was trying to look for that narrow passage,
Mm-hmm. But
and
there's
like,
nothing.
no, it's pretty open over there.
Well, and I mean, with the Snake River, like there's some pretty narrow comparatively to maybe other areas that maybe people that's why they thought it was narrow. I mean, think
It
about
could be.
they're coming from the east to the west coast, and they just went through like Tornado Lane that's like super flat, and now they
So it
come through
was
here.
okay. So technically, yes, I could see. Maybe I'm thinking too broadly here, but
Mm,
like it was definitely like in a like a small canyon,
yeah,
but it was probably, oh man, if I had to guess, like half a mile wide.
yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, I think it's because of partly because of like the adventure over,
Yeah.
because like over here is just beautiful. The middle of the United States is kind of more flat,
Mm-hmm.
and
That's
they may
true.
not. So then, yeah, according to them, it would be pretty narrow.
Yeah.
And then,
So I didn't stop or anything. I
mhm.
didn't stop at all. Um, but hold on, there's this piece of thread hanging off my hat, and it's killing me. That's so much better. I'm not gonna edit that out.
I saw you go cross-eyed.
All right. So what do you
But
have? Okay, we
okay,
already have Cascade out there.
yeah. So we have Cascade. So you asked me to also like take a little brief look into American Falls Reservoir. Um, so before I get into Lake Cascade, I'm gonna just real quick hit American Falls Reservoir because it's not as cool as you'd think it would be.
Oh, really?
um, so because it's real broad, like it's real straightforward what happened. Um, so the American Falls Reservoir, in 1925, a whole town needed to move for the reservoir. Um, and like so they like had fair warning. They literally were like, okay, so they're like picking houses up, just left like foundations of these like buildings, but like pretty much transplanted them into
Really?
into like more of American Falls that we know now. And the only thing that was left was foundations of buildings and one tall green tower,
So
which is
that's what
what
I
you can
saw.
see. Hmm.
So that was it.
Yeah, it was
Wow, that
just
is not as. All right, fair enough.
um but yeah, I mean, it was good to find because I ended up finding something else, which I'm not gonna tell you the other kind of thing that I found out because Lake
Oh,
Cascade is, I would say, closer to American Falls aspect of like it was passed by the government. they built a dam, they created it. Like,
Wait, Lake Cascade is a reservoir?
yes, so I'll get into that. So,
Well,
but let's go over
okay.
the specs of Lake Cascade.
Okay.
So, the average depth is 26.5 feet. That's
That
the
is not
average.
very deep.
No, so that's the average overall.
Okay.
Um, it has 23,307 surface square acres of water.
That's a lot of acreage.
It's a lot. And then I was thinking about when we like go ice fishing, how
Mm.
like how huge it looks.
Oh, it's massive.
Because if anybody's fished on Lake Cascade,
It's a great
even
time.
just in the summertime, I feel like in the summertime it feels different because you barely see people. I feel like, but in the winter when it's ice fishing, you just see black specks everywhere.
That is true. That is one of
It
my.
stands out.
Yeah, I love ice fishing. It's hands down one of my favorite things.
I did not like it when I was pregnant.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. The best part
Pain
about
was awful.
the best part about the ice fishing was like you get to hang out with family there that's just hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
There's really not a whole lot to do besides have a few brewskis, have
And
a
just
few
like
drinks,
talk,
and
get
hang
to
out,
yeah,
get to know them,
yeah.
and then every now and then you get a little nibble.
I know, and then you just
He's
run.
running, because you're
Yeah,
probably not going to get another bite for like another half hour.
to hours,
Yeah,
to
and
two
it's
hours.
just like the chaos that happens when somebody thinks they see something is
Because
just
then it's like, just yeah, it's so
it's
much
just
fun.
it's just awesome.
Yeah,
Just hands down, it's
exactly.
it's awesome, and I
Yeah.
love being the guy that gets sent out to like get it.
Glad you do, because everybody's so entertained, especially like if you eat it or something.
Dude, because I'm after it. I'm getting it. And most of the time, by the time the first fish bites, I'm already a little tipsy. And I'm like, oh shit. And I'm just, yeah, it's a good time. Anyways, continue on.
But yeah, so Lake Cascade, even I mean, obviously in the past it's already been really big, but like recent years, it's definitely gotten some pep in its step with some tourists. Like it
Yeah,
is always busy, and
it
it's
is.
it's really hard for Idaho's like gotten a lot of new, not members, new people in the state,
Citizens,
citizens in the state
right?
from a lot of different places. And you see that like a lot of locals see that and have a hard time with it. But I mean, just adds to just adds.
Yeah, I think that's just always going to be
It's
a
always gonna
thing.
be something. We found we were holding on something pretty cool. I think Idaho's really cool, and it has like some really great things. It has all 4 seasons, all that fun stuff.
Has 4 seasons. I
Yeah,
mean,
you go an hour and a half one way, you're in the mountains. Like
hour and a half the other way, you're
you're
in
in
the
Sydney.
flat desert.
Yep, exactly.
Nothing around you.
Exactly. So there's some really cool stuff, and that's the other thing. So, what Lake Cascade submerged was Highway 55, old Highway 55,
No way.
Arling, Arling, yeah, Arling Center, and Van Wyck. Van Wyck's one of the more common ones, and there's even like campground like dedicated to it. There's all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Um, Van Wyck was established in 1882 when the Northern Railroad Depot, goodness, was placed in Cascade. A lot of people ended up moving away, which drew the population out. So then it wasn't that kind of helped when they were trying to make this reservoir like from a dam. Like
Okay.
it kind of like it flushed a lot of the people out. So it was kind of like, the few people are there, get out kind of a thing.
Really?
When the dam was built. Center, it's got its name because it was in the center of a valley. Like
Wow.
simple.
It's very creative.
It was established in 1895, but it was super small. But it did have a store and a post office. And Arling was only 2 miles away from Center, in
That
which
is so close.
yeah, and it was established in 1914. But Congress approved a dam on the North Payette River, and people in those towns were given an eviction notice, and Cascade Dam was built, and it took 2 years, 1946 to 1948.
S- Okay.
So it's not even super old.
That is not old, but like,
No,
imagine you just get a letter from Congress and it
but
says,
think how much it takes for like a building to be built now.
Uh-huh.
Like how many, like, you know, with our company, like there was one that it's taken like 3 years for them to keep on like putting a bill in, it doesn't get passed all the time. Think about how long it took them to even get that dam built.
Mm,
Like they're
a
taking out a
damn
highway.
long time.
They're taking away part of a highway. They're taking apart like
Imagine
three
if you didn't get the
towns.
memo. You're
Dude.
just following Highway
Dude.
55 and you're like, oh, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Honey, are you sure you're in the right spot? Uh, I don't. This lake isn't on
Actually,
the map.
actually, I think it's. I didn't write it down. I totally forgot until right now. There's this couple that it's behind their like they're behind their cabin or like their plot of land. Like
Well,
they have like the highway, like it goes into
that's
the
so
lake.
cool.
Like they can see the highway.
That is so cool. They
Um,
use it as boat dock, huh?
I wouldn't. I'm guessing that would be smart. But yeah, they can see like especially when the levels get low. Like they can just like they have a picture of the couple there,
Maybe
and
that's
I
what
want to say
happened
it's
with
based out of
Atlantis.
Donnelly, like closer to Donnelly area.
Okay.
So, but
So
yeah,
further south for reference.
yeah. Um, but uh, but yeah, so it was completely submerged. So they built the dam, but then it was completely submerged by 1957.
Okay.
So, which I was just like, dang, that's like not a super long time ago. I
That is
mean,
not.
it's it's just so crazy. So then it makes you think of like, yeah, it just makes you think of like what was there and what was.
Yeah, so like 1957 was the point where it got the average depth of 26.
I believe so because it just said it was fully submerged.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's when I'm guessing then like no building, no structures, no anything like it was all water. It was
Okay.
at the max capacity they were gonna let it be. Um, but Cascade, like Cascade itself, was founded in 1912. So just for reference, but Cascade Lake is actually a reservoir, as you said, and because of local tourism, Lake Cascade sounds better, so they changed it to Lake Cascade.
No way.
Yeah,
I mean,
because
it
it was
does
better on tourism. Because yeah.
definitely now.
Oh well, and
I honestly, my whole life, I've lived in Idaho my whole life, and I did not know Lake Cascade was a reservoir.
yeah.
I thought it was a naturally occurring lake.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna be looking for that dam.
I wonder where it. I didn't look exactly where it is because it has to
So
be up higher, right? Or wait,
no, because the
no, it
water's gonna
goes.
flow south.
Yeah,
Wait, is that right?
that's because
I'm
I
trying to remember.
remember when we drive up to
No,
northern Idaho, the water switches direction.
it does.
But either way,
So
that
what? It
is.
would have to be on the north side.
But either way, that's all that it was. It wasn't like anything crazy, nothing. It was something that um, Congress had passed. So while I was looking into American Falls and I was looking into Lake
Oh, you
Cascade,
got something
I
juicy.
found Roosevelt, Idaho.
Roosevelt, Idaho.
Yes.
Don't even know where that is. Where is it?
So it is. I looked this up. So it's close to Yellow Pine, which is if you look in like at Idaho, it's McCall's on the left,
Okay.
Salmon is on the right.
Right.
If you just like went straight into the middle between those two,
Okay.
like just dragged your fingers, that's pretty much where Roosevelt, Idaho is. Um,
Okay.
but Roosevelt, Idaho was established for the Thunder Mountain Rush, gold, silver,
Mm-hmm.
classic. Idaho's the gem state, like
Classic. Amen.
um, but it was Mon Monmental, and Mule Creek area. Like, I mean, that was like kind of there. These are the waters that are kind of there. I can't remember. Like, I think it's Monumental, but that's not how you spell monumental. But if I wanted to
Okay.
say it,
Moving on.
anyways,
Moving on.
um,
Monumental or monumental?
but either way, a mudslide happened.
Mudslide, you
So,
say?
so this is something that drowned a whole town, took out a whole town, not because of a dam or anybody like saying, yeah, this is happening. This was like completely by surprise. Like all of a sudden a mudslide happened and the town was like submerged like so quick
In mud?
in mud and water.
Oh,
So
jeez.
what happened was a mining damage happened, and um it was the largest town until 1909. Like, it was massive.
It was the largest town in Idaho?
Yeah, because of the gold rush.
What?
Yeah, isn't that crazy? When a mudslide um dammed up the valley, causing the town to be submerged by rising waters of it has to be monumental,
Let's see.
because that's what I would sound it out to be. Monumental.
Yeah, I would say monumental.
Because it's just Monumentle or Tale, or no E, gosh, Greek.
Monumental Creek.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it ended up making Roosevelt Lake. So
Wait, hold on.
yeah. So it just ended up filling up. I don't think it didn't sound like there was like a ton of casualties, but pretty much it like this mudslide ended up just taking out like part of the town, and then it just kept on filling up with water.
So, a mining accident?
But it's technically then a lake because we it wasn't like a man-made
Uh,
structure.
But I'm trying to. A mining accident caused a mudslide. How?
That it like everything collapsed, so it ended up blocking off the valley.
I'm trying to think. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, in a
What?
valley, you have an opening, right? But if everything fell off to the side, then it takes away that spot where you would be
So
able to.
Roosevelt was smack middle in the valley.
Yeah, a lot of towns were built smack in the village, in the valleys, like in
Uh,
the centers of them.
yeah, like Whitebird. Whitebird up in North Idaho.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right, huh?
really small town.
It's so great. I always forget that a town's in there
Yeah.
because you could just
It
blink and it be
looks
gone.
like when it's wintertime, it looks like a Christmas wonderland.
It looks so pretty.
Like, yeah, it's really nice.
But yeah, um, and there's where this is an intersection of Boise, Salmon, Chalice, Piet, Bitterroot, and Nez Perce Clearwater forests. So there's 5 forests that are literally at an intersection, just all touching each other, and in that little spot right in the center where they all touch is Roosevelt Lake.
How big is that lake?
Mm, I didn't write that one because it didn't tell me on that one. Roosevelt Lake.
I'm still stuck on this mining incident. I don't know how that would cause that.
Well, I mean, what do you mean?
Like, so a mining accident caused a mudslide, but what, like, how, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, it doesn't add up in my head.
It's 81,000 acres.
81,000.
Or
So it's
80, yeah, 81,000 acres.
pretty decent sized lake then.
Yeah. And then the depth of the lake is approximately 400 feet deep.
Okay, that's pretty deep.
Um,
That's a lot deeper than Lake Cascade. A lot. It's like
yeah,
20
it
times
is
deeper.
super, but yeah, it looks smaller. It feels like almost too.
Well, yeah, you said that's 81,000 square feet, and Lake Cascade was 283, I think you said.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because it ended up slowly. Besides the miners, it slowly started submerging the town
But, like, I don't understand how.
because the whole thing got blocked off. Let me see here.
Like, the valley got blocked off?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
But if they're mining, they're underground.
They're in the mountains. They're not underground. They can be going into a mountainside.
Okay, they're into a mountainside.
And then either they're going in or not, then their structure is not there. I didn't know you didn't know how mining accidents happen.
It just doesn't make any sense. I don't know how a mining accident can cause a mudslide and then a lake to
Well, think
form.
about they're using explosives half
I
the
mean,
time.
I get that, but like, okay, you're saying they're in a valley. They're on the mountainside. They're mining for gold and silver. You say they got blocked off, and then a mudslide happened because of that?
So a landslide 3 miles long and 200 feet high plugged Monumental Creek, backing up water and flooding the town. So technically, it clogged the creek
Okay.
that was going into the valley.
Okay, that makes so just a natural mudslide.
No, it was because of them.
Now you lost me again.
Oh, there was no human casualty.
You lost
Man,
me.
I have too many things. There's too many different articles. So there may or may not have been casualties.
Okay, so in my head, I cannot be
It took
really.
a couple of days for this mudslide to happen.
In my head, I'm just gonna say.
Okay, so and then this article said mining may have been contributed to the slide, but the area was prone to such events.
Okay, we're just gonna go with it's a natural occurrence that the
I think
miners
mining.
disrupted. If especially if they're using explosives,
Yeah, so well,
they
I think it could
disrupted.
be. I think it could be both.
Okay,
I think
but
it's
in
a little
order
bit
to
of
put my
both.
mind at ease, because it's gonna drive me
I know.
nuts,
Okay, it was more of a natural event
natural
than a
occurrence
person.
that plugged a creek, and then over time it slowly built. Was about like okay, that's actually very interesting.
Yeah, so
And now I feel
I
like
have
I
a
know.
couple. That was another article that I just found with using that specific search. But on one of them, found that yeah, there could have been like mining casualties because of a mining accident. But then this one says that it could have been done to a mining accident, which, like you said, makes more sense for it to be more natural and maybe us kind of speeding it up or
Yeah, with explosives or
yeah,
something. Okay,
yeah.
that
So
makes sense in my head.
but yeah, if you like look it up, they even have pictures of like the town, like with like houses, like
And it
having
was the
water.
biggest town in Idaho, huh?
It says that it was one of the largest. Yeah,
That is, or okay, one of the largest. That is, that's interesting, actually. I
I
like
know,
that.
and I didn't never know about that. But like, I guess I've never really been to that
We're
area.
gonna have to go
Like,
visit that
what is
place
it?
now.
Yellow Pine is what it says that it's close.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that nothing super spooky. There wasn't really any casualties to any of them, so that was kind of bummer because I like spooky things.
It's
But
kind of a bummer. Jesus Christ.
that sounds awful. But I mean, Gold Rush, you can throw that in and have like a freaking 4 hour thing on it. I mean, Gold Rush was pretty insane, and Idaho was a big part of it.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking about doing like a ghost town due to like a rush.
I found I was like going down like there's so many ghost towns around
Yeah.
Idaho. I would
Did you look
even
at Silver
argue
City?
I was gonna say Silver City or even Idaho City could be arguably like I mean Idaho City's definitely gotten into like a more of a touristy,
Mm-hmm.
but
It's a good area. It's
really
beautiful.
it's really pretty. But I think it's northern Idaho. There's still like a place where you could like go like digging for gems and stuff.
Oh yeah, we were gonna
We
do
were
that
gonna
one
think
summer.
about that, yeah.
Yeah,
But
you can find opals and
yeah,
really pretty rocks and streams. Yeah.
maybe we'll
What are
take our daughter when she's big enough and just make her play in the dirt and find something for
what
us.
do we call it? Rock hounding.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
got your whole pickaxe and everything.
I know you got me all that, and then life, man.
It throws you through a
What
loop.
even happens? It's just like okay, September's gone. Tomorrow's October.
Yeah, I know that is wild.
Like it's spooky season. Like and then yeah, you're already like okay, well then Christmas is right there. Like we're already booked out for December. Already done.
Don't remind me.
That is so crazy.
I mean, I love the holidays. I think I loved them more as a kid because it seemed so magical. But now it just seems like
And I
there's just so much to do.
mm-hmm.
Like I'd much rather just do one day. Everybody gets together, have a good time, and then that's it for the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, I agree. But I also think it's going to be different now that we have a kid. I think got a little flummy there, goodness. I think
Sounded like a
with
cat.
no way does my cat meow sound like good. Uh
I don't know. It sounds pretty good.
I used to prank my teachers. It was so much fun because I can if anybody doesn't know, I can meow with my mouth shut.
Do it. That's pretty good, dude.
Dude,
That was her. That was not our cat. Do it again. Do it again. That's pretty good.
like try not to laugh.
It's better than I could do. I sound like a cat with cancer.
Oh my gosh, I knew of my friend. She had a cat with AIDS.
What? What is this cat doing, bro?
I don't know, but yeah, I guess cats can give each other AIDS.
You dirty dog. That's not real, is
It's
it?
real, yeah.
Cats can give each other AIDS?
Yeah. Isn't that so crazy? But maybe they're the ones that started it. So
Dude, seriously, what in the world?
um
That's I guess a big fact. Yeah, I didn't, no idea.
but yeah, either way, the holidays will be fun. I think they'll be good. It's just hard because like I mean work always wants to do stuff, which I don't mind. Like I mean it's fun to celebrate with those people, but
Mm-hmm.
then you're doing stuff with your family, and somebody from me who already had 2 Christmases and 2 families to juggle. Now that we're married, we have another one,
Yep.
and now we technically have another since we want to be like our own family and do kind of our own stuff. But I think a little bit of magic will start coming back because we get to be Santa and all that
Oh, I
stuff.
can't wait to be Santa.
Yeah.
Brown Santa. Mm-hmm. Can't wait.
Yeah. Leave out what do you want for what do you want to eat?
What would I want to eat? Tamales. And then biscuits and gravy. You know? A little bit of best of both worlds going on. Or if you want to make a chicken fried steak meal with
That's
like,
what I do need to learn how to make. You love chicken fried steak.
dude,
I should have learned how to make a good one.
I mean, chop chop. I mean, I'm just kidding.
But oh man. Well, next um these next few weeks I'm definitely doing all things spooky because it's October.
Okay.
So, if anybody does have any recommends, let me know. But I'm gonna do some spooky stuff. Just not super spooky things because now I'm not as strong now that I have had a kid.
Not as strong now.
No, I'm just always so worried about her and like kid stuff. Oh my gosh, I can't even listen to that stuff without like feeling sick. It's like hard.
That's valid. You know, like I think I always hated predators, like child predators.
Mm-hmm.
But now, like thinking about somebody doing that to my daughter, oh man, like it just unlocks a rage inside
Yeah.
of me.
But
Like I totally understand when people kill the predator.
oh
You
yeah, or
know,
like
I would, I would not be upset.
yeah.
Like, I mean, I would be upset because that happened to my daughter or my child or whoever.
It's hard because it's just
But
like
like,
that's something you can never like take back.
just thinking about it gets me so
I
angry right
know.
now.
We should stop before you get rage.
I'm not gonna rage out. But you know, predators out there, if you're listening, I'm coming after you.
Oh.
And I'm not joking. So, you know, in your least, think about it when you're sitting in the toilet. This is a message to all the predators out there. When you think you're relaxed and you're calm on the toilet, you know, in your porcelain throne, just know that I'm watching. Okay? When you wipe and you break through that toilet paper, take a trip through Mud Valley, that was planned. Okay? When you go to wash your hands because you got poopy on your finger and you're looking down in that mirror, the next time you look up, you're going to see me. Think about that. Anyways,
Oh my gosh.
that's a closing message. Anything else you'd like to add?
Lake Cascade in Roosevelt, Idaho. Check it out.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, guys. Get you on the
Thanks.
next one.
See you on the next one.